news has been newsing, and y'all are going to come along with me on my drive and talk. It has been a minute, and we're actually going to come back a little later. Oh, I don't want that. We're going to come back a little later and get into the weeds of everything. But until then, I just want to touch base on some of the news topics that are going to affect us all. And if you catch this later, join us again at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to chit chat about the topics that we're going to go over real quick as we go along on this um, talk and drive. Trying to beat the weather. I'm not going to be able to look at any comments. And I'm about to take off, but I wanted to definitely come on and, like I said, just chitty chat about what's been going on. So if you can't catch me later, you caught me now, and you at least know what is happening. And a lot of the things that are happening are really going to affect us bad. Bigly, it's going to affect us. And so, as part of the Gym Nation community, we stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Do me a favor, if you're watching this in the future, even if you're watching it now, go ahead, hit that like button. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. We're on a quest to get to 50,000 members of the Gym Nation community by the end of the year. And how do you become a part of the Gym Nation? You just hit the subscribe button and you join us on our little talks, and you never know when I'm going to pop up with a talk. So turn on notification bell so you are ready whenever we come on. And so I'm just really trying to what? A short was uploaded. I didn't want to do that, but I do want to kind of put some restrictions because I can't see the comments while I'm driving, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, let me see. Allow messaging. No, I'll show every message. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not sure if Christine is going to be able to come in. She's the moderator with the wrench. And so we'll just get to going. Hey, everyone who's saying hey. Again, sorry I'm not going to be able to read your comments, but go ahead and converse with each other. Oh, Lordy B. Converse with each other and come back at 10 o'clock tonight where I'll be fully aware, fully astute, and ready to chit chat. But yeah, happy Tariffs Day, y'all. Today is the first day of the major tariffs that have been announced a while ago, right? I know this is a little crooked, y'all. Okay. And you know what? Hopefully that's a little better. So happy Tariffs Day. Happy Black people losing the most jobs day. Happy damn Rwanda is caving in and going to be one of the destinations that they export supposedly immigrants, and I am going to air quote immigrants, because I think they got bigger things in play. Y'all know what I think. What else? Happy BET probably going away day. They've already announced two of their major programmings that's on indefinite suspension. And that tends to mean, yeah. But for those of you that don't know, and we'll get into that a little later, but yeah, happy BET Changes Day. Happy Census. The census is going to be revised day. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought this was a little more firm, but anyway, the census is going to be revised. The census is going to be edited. And we know that's probably going to have some negative impact on the makeup of the Black and brown community. Saw the sheriff. Yeah, we have sheriffs in the town. We have sheriffs. What else is going on? So we talked about the census. We talked about BET. We talked about the black jobs and the highest rate of unemployment for black people since the panorama, y'all. The panorama, when the world was shut down, we are at the highest rate, and they're going to try to sell it as though, oh, the job numbers, the job reports, they fluctuate. It's steadily declining. And so this is stuff that's going to really affect us, and we're going to talk about that and the impact that, if you look at history, if you look at, I would say, savvy people and their projections, we in danger, y'all. We in danger. Oh, and then y'all, man in charge that went on CNBC and broke it down. He broke down how they're going to do a special program for the migrants, the laborers in the fields and in the hotels. They're going to do a special program so that they send them back to whatever country and then bring them back. And we know they're going to have to probably, literally what is it called? Blood oaths. And how he mentioned how the people in the inner city, they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it, y'all. No, they tried to get the inner city folks in the fields. But the people, the migrants, though, those are some special people. The fact that, it's not even it's not even hiding. It's saying all of the secrets out loud, and people are literally thinking that this is not real. When that man said they're taking the black jobs, there was so much, what black jobs? Now we see. Now y'all understand that he was as we say in New York, dead ass about what his plans were for us, for the country. He went on CNBC, and if y'all don't watch CNBC, that is the most popular financial news network. If you're into investing, if you're into whatever, if you're into money talk, that is where people go to have the money talk. He said it on a primetime show, the Squawk Box, in the morning. Like the first thing in the morning. This is the Closing Bell and Squawk Box are two of the most highly rated programs when it comes to money talk. He had no shame. He had no shame in saying that. So y'all better take him at his word. And when I say y'all, I mean we. We better take him at his word. The $500 million freeze with the FDA. They got him. The cops got him. He thought he was going to pull over. I don't know what happened. Anyway, the $500 million freeze by the FDA on, the needles and stuff. I have to be so cautious of what words I use here, which is so weird. Now, I haven't dug super deep into it, and I do know that, some of these things saves lives. Not all of them, but some of them save lives. And to do a $500 million gutting is going to impact. It's going to be interesting who they impact. So I have to read more about what exactly is being gutted. So I don't want to comment too much, but I will do some research before we meet up tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you listen, if you didn't know, I did a post under my community tab a few minutes ago. This is a pregame for the 10 p.m. live that I'm going to do, where we're going to break down not only the breaking news, because child, the news has been newsing. We are going to also talk about how it's going to impact our community and solutions. Like what are some of the most obvious solutions to circumvent all of the horrendous ramifications that these changes could potentially have, right? Especially with the job force. Y'all know I'm going to speak about that until things change or we change, right? People change, because this is real. This is absolutely real. And then we're going to talk about, listen, at the end of the day, I'm no big fan of the BET Hip Hop Awards. Soul Train Awards, yeah, of course, that's a little bit more my speed. And, if you haven't heard, those two programs are indefinitely suspended, with the president and, the CEO of BET saying that they're looking to see how they can revamp, revitalize, based on current times, those programs. Yeah, y'all believe that if y'all want to. Sponsorships will not be coming through at the levels, nowhere near the levels that they used to, because a lot of these companies can no longer support anything that's related to Black initiatives, right? Similar with Curl Fest. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Curl Fest, but Curl Fest, I mentioned this, what was it, a week or two ago, when they first came out with their PR announcement that they were going to take a year off, re-strategize, and come back. And then they ended up coming out with a whole interview about how it's the sponsorship dollars. It's the money, honey. It is the money, honey. They are not even getting meetings with the companies that once supported them. And Curlfest, their growth has been tremendous. They were pioneers in the natural hair revolution, as it relates to Black men and women, embracing curls and not needing to straighten and focus on European aesthetics. And they grew exponentially, went to many different markets. I think it was just two, maybe, New York and Atlanta, but catered to over 40,000 attendees who overspend in hair care products, overspend in hair care accessories and creams and natural oils and all of that. They're just saying, deuces, we don't need your money no more. And so, unfortunately, these events are going to go by the wayside. These events are going to go away because events cost money. Events cost a lot of money. And without sponsors picking up the bill for these events, they can't exist. And that's including, so y'all know, the partnership with CBS, Skydance purchasing Paramount CBS. Well, guess what company falls under that purchase? BET and VH1. Now, VH1 awards, they didn't get canceled. They got shifted over to CBS. But the goal is to get rid of both of those platforms. Those platforms are considered too woke and DEI heavy. And so I don't know what's going to happen to those two networks. Someone may end up purchasing them, or they, depending on how petty they want to be, they can dissolve those companies. And so the first part is to get rid of, like, I think they were able to skirt and get rid of, to continue with the BET Awards because of the timing. But I don't foresee the BET Awards existing like it used to before. And they're saying the ratings are severely down. When it comes to television, y'all, ratings are severely down everywhere. Nobody's watching TV like that. Everybody's streaming, everybody's catching clips. So compare all of the non-black shows with the black shows, and I promise you, you will see similar declines. So let's talk about, I'm curious to know what the ratings have been for, what is that, 90 Day Fiance, which was one of the highest rated cable shows. I promise you, they are severely down as well. So the news has been newsing. We need to, again, find our communities where we're going to not just focus on the news, but focus on how it's going to impact us. I mean, us individually and us holistically, and then find solutions on how to deal with that. Then Apple, child. Oh, I talked about the tariffs real quick. Let's get to tariffs and then we'll get to Apple. So the tariffs, y'all, the tariffs are in effect. That doesn't mean that the prices are going up today. But what it does mean, is that in a couple of months, you will definitely start to see the increase in a lot of goods. That's also because supply will be limited. There are a lot of companies that are opting to not export to this country. And so I want us to be proactive. I want us to figure out whatever it is, whatever products we need, if we can stack up on them now, if they're going to be affected by the tariffs. And listen, most products will be affected by tariffs. Most products. And even if it's not because of the export, the increase in pricing for exporting or importing to this country, it will be because these companies need to show profit. They need to show their investors and their board of directors that they are profitable companies. So they will increase their pricing. So what are we going to do about that? Then Apple, who was completely vocal about not caving, has started to slightly cave, right? They have now committed, is it 100 million? 100 million to domestic production. I think there's some, and we'll talk about some of the other parts of that deal. It was just announced yesterday. And so, yeah, these companies are going to do what they got to do to continue to get these contracts that keep them wealthy, keep their board of directors wealthy, that keep their investors wealthy. And so we truly need to, stay alert. We need to stay alert. And we need to, and for those of you that don't know, Apple, most of their products were manufactured in China. Most of their products were manufactured in China. And so now they have made a commitment to do more manufacturing or production here in the US, which means higher cost. The reason why these companies manufacture overseas is because of the production costs, the labor costs. And so again, phones that are now $900 will go up. I'm not going to say what, I have no idea. Child, what's going on? Let me know if anybody needs to be, listen, I don't even care. If there's anybody, any cuckoo crazies, and that's what I call them, any cuckoo crazies that love to waste their time in communities that don't agree with them, let them rock. Like we said before, they will get bored if you don't engage with them. Just let them talk to themselves, let them continue. Because guess what? The comments still help my engagement. So let them rock. As long as they don't get stupid I'll let them rock too. If they get stupid, I'll gracefully show them the door, and I'm about to pull over anyway. So, yeah, Apple products are definitely going to be affected. The cost will rise. And then what else? The tariffs we talked about. We talked about the census. We'll talk more about that a little later because, those, the goal for, and we didn't talk about, number 47 trying to come for number 45 in the worst way. The criminal trying to lock up someone, he call it a criminal. Ain't that like the audacity? Wasn't that a book that Obama wrote? The audacity, right? His was the audacity of hope, but the audacity of the criminal minded. Yeah, so give me 1 second, y'all. Where do I pull in? I could pull in here. Perfect. Okay. But and when I pull over, I'm gonna look at some comments, and then we're gonna like I said, I'm not gonna be here super long because we're coming back tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, and my little stand is not doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, that is so yeah, we just need to, like I said, be very proactive. Listen, things are going to happen. We already talked about the things happening, and we just need to adjust and act accordingly, because what else we going to do? What else are we going to do? And okay, I thought he was taking that spot. He's not. Let me take this one. But yeah, I truly could not believe every time I turned around, there was something more entertaining, I'll call it. Let me take this off, y'all. Yeah. Oh, Christine's in the building. Did I say hi, just one? Hey, Purple Gardner. I love that. Hey, Show About Nothing. Hey, Zawadi. Hey, Cece. Hey, Moni, Juliet. Just glad you caught one. I'll try to make it back at 10 too. Okay. Yeah, I figured, I used to do some walks and talks like during the winter, during spring. And I was like, since I am driving today and no one's in the car, I'm going to do me a little walk and drive. But let me straighten out this car. I have to return something. For those of you that don't know, I'm down here renovating. Well, it's finishing renovating one of the houses, my parents' house. And yeah, so I've been just doing a whole bunch of running around. They want to know where people are so they can come get people. Yep, that too. That too. Go say hi to ABX girl. Hey, Joy Williams. Target was curl fresh sponsor, and that was not a good idea. Yeah, well, you know what, ABX girl? It was a good idea at the time because Target supported a lot of Black-owned hair care businesses. I used to get TGIN, one of my favorite products, the lip bar. I mean, the list goes on. Tabitha, right? So it was a good idea at the time. The problem is no one else. Usually, if one sponsor backed out or someone who sold for decades, right? If a sponsor didn't return or re-up, you found another sponsor that was probably waiting in line for an event like that to take their place, to become title sponsor. The problem is these big corporations with the big bucks are no longer supporting anything that has DEI associated, meaning Black people, Latin people, they're just not supporting. And if they are supporting, it's not in a way that they're doing big events. So they may do something like, if there's a beauty event, they may have a corner for like L'Oreal to put their darker foundations and stuff like that, but they're not supporting with big numbers, and that it costs a lot to put on those type of productions. Afro Punk is still in Brooklyn this weekend, and Hue Convention in New York City was very full without Target. Well, Afro Punk is owned by the same people who own Essence, Sundial, right? And that man has money. That man has money, and he did take the Target dollars for the festival. And because it's under the same corporate umbrella, you're able to move money across different. So he owns BeautyCon, he owns Afro Punk, he owns Essence Festival, of course, with everything that comes under Essence, the magazine, the digital product, so the digital platform. So yeah, so he's able to move money, and he has a lot of money. He sold Sundial for a lot of money. He has global economic impact. Global economic impact, I think is the name. Global economic something. So yeah, so he's able to continue right now, supporting those. Viewer for BET disappeared, and many feel they lost the Gen X folks with the hip hop. Yeah, but that's not why, though. That's not why. The viewership across the board has gone down for network television and cable television because there's so many streaming platforms. So if you understand media, whenever there's new media, it's going to affect the older media. Newspapers, magazines, they're all down, not because of any one particular thing or people got upset because of targets. No, new media cannibalizes old media. And that's with audience, that's with advertising, that's just what it is. So, unfortunately, um, yeah. You do think one set of teens every freeze on there. Huh? Child, if I don't put the set of 20s, not teens, do you think once of a set of 20s every figure else was important? Child, let me see. I did want to just hide this person because he didn't really comment anymore. So I told you, they get bored. I don't see any more questions. I have a sentence, just read that. Hi, Day Peace 68 Gaming. I already said, hey, Christine, will it get better if we go back on? Will what get better? I mean, listen, I don't think we're going to go back to any type of complete shutdown anytime soon, because these rich people, the market's at an all-time high right now. These rich people are getting rich, and once you say the word shut down, the stock is going to go down. It's going to fall all the way down. And so I don't see that happening anytime soon. And I don't see what's getting better. And a couple of solutions, I'm just giving y'all a little heads up. Y'all know on this channel, there's some free resources as it relates to beginning investing. For those who are beginner investors in the stock market, there's free videos from a couple years ago, but a lot of the information is evergreen, meaning, it's generic. It's generic. Now, some of the stocks that I talk about, like I used to talk about Tesla all the time, ignore everything I said about Tesla, please. But right now, I looked at my portfolio this morning and last night, because I have y'all may know I'm also in an investing accountability every Wednesday, and we trade. But I'm looking at the stocks that I talked about during those live videos that have returned over 1,000%. So think Netflix, Nvidia, I've talked about on here. Roblox. People, I've been shouting Roblox. And if y'all look at some of those videos, there was no way Roblox was not a company that was going to run. It had dipped, but if you bought the dip, I'm well over 1,000%. And this is in my, like I also told y'all, I buy stocks for my younger family members. And so I'm saying all that to say, so there's like three communities that are almost finalized that will be announced very soon. And one is a private investing community. And the investing part is really to teach you how to spot not investments for now, but investments for then, like ahead. So I'm pointing ahead. You want to invest in companies that are screaming that they're ripe for growth. And then you just have to let it rock. You just have to let it ride. You cannot try to catch what they say, catch the falling knives. You cannot run after the hot stocks while they are hot. There are some stocks right now, based on where this country is going, based on where the heads of this country are investing and talking about their futures, that's where you need to be. So we're going to do a kind of like investing for the future course. We're also bringing back the entrepreneurship course, the Decode Your Talent and Design Your 5-Figure Income course. And then there's one other that I can't announce the name of it, but it's, trust me, within the next 3 weeks or next 2 weeks, I'll say, because we're launching one at the end of this month, one in September. But these are the ways that we're going to stay ready, because you need to be investing. You need to have your own business. You need to be using what your natural gifts are to make additional money, because these tariffs, these job losses that we've been talking about since November of 2024, as soon as the results were announced, God led me to this YouTube channel to really spread the message that we have to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. And there's still some time, but we need to act now and act fast. Like, there are going to be people who unfortunately are going to struggle unnecessarily so, because they didn't plan ahead. So we know, we see what's happening, right? We see what is happening between the tariffs, what is it? Black people have the highest, Lord Jesus, job loss. I think it's at percentage-wise at 7.6%. Even though we're only 14% of the population, but 7.6% of the loss of jobs are Black Americans. This is not a game, y'all. They are not playing. Everything he said, he meant that, right? And the people behind him, and if you are following those resources that I shared for free as well, the resources that cater to their side, you see what the next move is. You see what they're planning. And so I want all of us to just, again, keep our heads on swivel and take action. And so that's another reason, if y'all saw my post yesterday, I am shouting out the people who are telling me that they were about that action, because what I know for sure is sometimes you just got to see, you can't just listen to me, right? You can't just listen to this woman who, dad, she don't have to go to work every day. She don't need to do this. Like, you will make judgments about me that you may not make about other people. And that's without even knowing my story, not like my real life, right? And so I want not only to be inspirational, I want everyone who's telling me the moves they're making to also inspire this community. And so if you're not following, please go ahead and follow this channel, subscribe to this channel now, because we are going to be 50,000 strong by the end of this year at least, and we are going to stay in community. We are going to stay connected. When we see something, we're going to say something. And there's so many of us that have so much to offer insight wise, right? And there's so many other stories. There's a few stories I didn't talk about during this live because, again, it was impromptu. But we're coming back at 10 o'clock. Let me just see who else is in the building. The little things get better if we go back. Hey, Linda Pruitt, good to see you. Welcome to the Gym Nation. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, listen, Tesla, and I made some good money on Tesla. And it was in all of anyone who I bought stocks for or managed their accounts, my nieces, nephews, whatever. Tesla was part of that portfolio. And they produced. Tesla did me well. Traded Tesla for years, made good money. Ignore everything I said about Tesla. I will not support ever. As long as, who's involved with that company. But yeah, definitely stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Hey, Kyle in the kingdom. Exactly. See you at 10. Oh, okay, ABX girl. See you at 10. Link to invest. So I'm going to share all the links. I'm coming back tonight at 10. Again, this was impromptu. So I wasn't expecting, and I'm literally driving. So I cannot type or anything like that. But tonight I will come back and have all the links available to everything I'm discussing. Hey, Creative Flavor and Travel. I'm not even going to say your name because I hated that movie. And if you missed the news, you're going to have to watch the replay. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, yes. And we're going to talk about the topics that we reviewed earlier today, but we're going to break down like exactly what the news is and what it means for us as a community and how we can stay proactive against the impact that it's going to have against us. Just some quick steps that we can take. Hey, Busy 11. You're representing Jamaica. Okay, well, if you're in Central, Linda, then it's 9 o'clock for you, right? So I will see everyone at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. Thanks for this, doing the talk and drive. I miss my little walks and talks. So the drive and talk, it was good. It was good. I just don't feel that comfortable. I'm in a small town with 2 lanes in and 2 lanes out, and big trucks. So I just don't feel that comfortable. I don't know how many more times I'll be doing this, but I will be. Oh, girl, I just saw it. I did see it, and I'll respond to you as soon as we hang up. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So, and this thing was supposed to be more sturdy than it was, and if it was, I would have felt more comfortable. But these little towns and then it's summer, so I'm in a town that is high tourist season right now, even though the weather so I'm rushing because every day it rains at like 4 o'clock. And when I say rains, like skies open up. So the traffic is even more intense. Like, it's just, yeah. So I'll see everyone tonight at 10 p.m. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please, before you do it now, if you're watching on your television, they say you hit that volume button and you subscribe. Then you become part of the Gym Nation. That's the whole purpose. We are building this community to inspire, to help us all stay ready so we don't have to get ready. So I will see everyone tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care. Bye.